Hi, welcome. Thanks for joining me in tonight's meditation. I'm Tamra, and tonight I'm going to be leading you in a meditation to navigate uncertainty. So, as we move from being on lockdown and the last year of the pandemic to life opening back up again, that can feel kind of overwhelming, and there might be some anxiety involved. So tonight we're going to work with whatever feelings come up, and I want you to go ahead if you need to and hit pause so that you can grab a pen and a journal or a piece of paper, because the last 5 minutes of tonight's going to look a little different, and I'm going to give you some time to reflect and answer some questions so that you can move into this next year and the next few months with more clarity on what you need to feel supported in this season of life. So if you're like me and you've been running around a bit today, give yourself permission to arrive in this moment. So if you need to take a deep breath in and let it go, if you need to wiggle it out for a bit or get a couple of stretches in, do that. You're allowed to. And once you do, join me in stillness. So if you're like me and you're in a chair, place both feet firmly on the ground, find some length in your spine, and make sure you're not leaning forward or leaning backwards. If you're on the floor, maybe prop something up underneath your bottom so that you are supported and comfortable. Find some softness in your belly. Let your hands gently relax. And when you're ready, close your eyes. Don't worry about the time. I'll keep track of it for you. And I was reading something today that I thought was a good analogy of what life is still like right now. So Dr. Gupta came on and was interviewed, and he said it was like we were in the ICU for the last year, and we finally just moved to a general care room. And that's important, right? We're getting better, but we still need care. We're not out of the hospital. And so when you think of navigating the uncertainty and the reopenings, remember to still give yourself care. You're going through a massive transition that requires you to pause and be intentional, which is what we're going to do tonight. So we're going to start by just taking a couple of breaths to settle into your body. Breath in, retain at the top, open mouth exhale. Slow and controlled. Maybe the first time you've been aware of your breath all day. Take 2 more on your own. Now I want you to tune in to what's happening in your body. Are you holding tension anywhere? Maybe in your jaw or your throat? Is there a tightness in your chest? Is there a heaviness in your shoulders? Or maybe you feel really open and calm and spacious. Breathe and see what's going on in your body. Now that you've tuned in, can you give that body sensation a label? Is it fear? Is it sadness? Is it excitement? What emotion is tied to that body sensation? So simply keep breathing and see what your body tells you that sensation is. And now that you have it labeled, let it be. So however you're feeling in this moment is perfect. We're going to work with it because the breath is your greatest tool. If you're feeling fearful or sad, your breath can naturally calm you and recenter you. If you're feeling really light and excited, your breath can expand that energy and bring in more of it. So as you give that emotion space and permission to be in this space with you, I want you to begin thinking about this month ahead of you. What's on your calendar? What does work look like right now for you? What changes are coming? Is there certainty? Is there uncertainty? And now pause and tune back in. What's your body telling you now as you think of all of these things? Did your heart begin to race? Do you have a knot in your stomach? How does thinking about the future make you feel? And before you jump to labeling it or dismissing it, I want you to simply breathe with that sensation in your body. You can even place your hands where you need them and simply breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And stay here for a moment, breathing into that sensation in your body. As you're breathing, what do you notice is happening? Notice it and keep breathing. Maybe this meditation feels a bit difficult today, or maybe it feels too easy and simple. Both can be. And the reason I'm leading it this way today is you have access to a superpower, your breath. At any moment, you can tune in and breathe. And I have an unpopular opinion, but it's that you are personally responsible for creating your sense of safety. So as the world continues to change and we begin to reopen, and it can be overwhelming and anxiety inducing, come back to your breath and create your sense of safety. Breathing can calm your amygdala, recenter you, and refocus you. And so for our last few minutes, I want you to gently come back to your body and open your eyes. And I have a few questions that I want you to take some time to journal out. So the first one is, what are you leaving behind from this year? These are the things that you recognize are no longer serving you. So what are you leaving behind? And then the second question is, what are you taking with you from the pandemic? So maybe you found a new hobby, or you realized that you didn't want to see people every single night of the week. So what learnings did you have that you were taking with you as we reopen? And then the final question is, why is any of this important to you? So think of your values. Think of what's going to ground you in making these things commitments, not just ideas that you want for yourself, but actually rooted commitments. Why is this important? So you have about 3 minutes left in our time together. So you can begin writing, and feel free to take 15 if you need it. Put it all down to paper. And then after you reflect, share it with a loved one. Share it with a friend or a partner. So that way you're not doing this work alone. You can move into this new season with community, accountability, and support. So I'm going to go ahead and end our time here a few minutes early. But again, take all the time you need to reflect and journal down these ideas. Thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you next week.